Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we have to talk about Game Pass again. Clearly, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Help share this content so more people hear. This is getting way out of hand. I mean, I understand that these fanboys want their PlayStation to continue being the top quality system and all of that stuff, but Game Pass is not going to hurt the video game model whatsoever. If anything, it is going to make things better for everyone. More people get to play more games for a lower cost of entry than ever before. This is serious. These guys are coming out with some of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard in my life. Netflix literally put all of the video rental stores completely out of business. Completely out of business. Netflix has pretty decent content on there. All of these subscription models that everything is moving toward, it is going to affect things for sure. It is going to change the way how we consume games, how we consume. I mean, look at we already consume our movies like that. You can't tell me that not one person out there doesn't have one of these subscriptions that they actively watch and binge watch. That's the same thing with games. When you have Game Pass, you binge game. Like, you do play a lot of games. So if you're already an irresponsible person and can't stop playing games to go to work, man, I don't know. I mean, that's probably the biggest downfall that we're going to see with the Game Pass subscription model is people not going to work. And we're already at that point. You can't pay these guys enough. Not even $15 an hour to work fast food, man. It's just nobody wants to go to work anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's not all because of Game Pass. So, I mean, we're already facing this phenomenon of people not wanting to go to work. That's really the biggest problem I can see with this is people being able to binge game, like play more games than they've ever played before. This holiday, they're going to be enacting cloud gaming right from your console, so you're going to be able to play these games without even having to download them first. You'll be able to just start playing them, hit download so you can download it while you're playing the game. This is going to open up so much. I mean, just being able to start streaming these games before downloading or committing to them, you're going to get to... That's going to save you a lot of time. A lot of time, because traditionally you'd have to download the game to the Xbox, then you'd have to play it for a minute, a little while, and decide if you like it or not. This way you'll be able to jump right in, you'll be able to test the game, you'll be able to play it, and then you'll be able to move forward with your day. You're not going to be wasting as much time. You're going to be spending way more time gaming than you would be, waiting for things to download or, This is good for everybody. This is the best thing I've ever seen in gaming in my life. This Game Pass is going to change a lot of things. Like, a lot of things are going to change. I have noticed, stuff like, Forza Horizon 5 coming out. This game is a top quality racing game. Every Forza Horizon I've played before, like, I'm hooked. Forza Horizon 3 is the reason I bought an Xbox One S last generation. I really wanted to play that game. And yes, I wanted to play that game bad enough that I would buy into a whole ecosystem, buy a whole console, just to play that one game. So when people talk down about Forza is a system seller. It will sell consoles. It will sell subscription passes. It is going to bring a lot of people into the Game Pass. The more people that are in Game Pass, the more profit, the more revenue it creates, the more it can grow. So that's only a good thing. When it comes to this little argument that these little fanboys are running around with now, that sales of the games are lower on Xbox, that's simply not the case. It just isn't. Like I've said before, most people are getting a lot better at, just choosing digital over buying a disc copy. It doesn't really account other things, like the microtransactions that people are buying, the money that they spend, while playing these games. It's bigger than any one of these fanboys can really understand. Like there's really no way to really assess what's going on with Microsoft, because frankly we don't have the numbers. We can scrape a bunch of stuff together, but the only thing we're doing is we're all giving you opinions. They're giving you opinions. I'm giving you my opinions. I just don't see Game Pass as a bad thing. I really don't. I feel like this is the best thing that's ever happened to gaming. Not only has it already saved me a ton of money, but it's also given me a lot of led me to a lot of experiences that normally I would have been really reluctant to try, or I probably might have just passed up and not even worried about it. But I've been given that opportunity to try more games, so that it's and trust me, I already play a lot of games. I basically buy every single third AAA game that comes out, like regardless. I usually buy every single one of those, unless it's a genre that I've never tried or something, like RTS, like Gears Tactics, stuff like that. I don't normally get into those games, but I have tried them on Game Pass. I did try Gears Tactics. I'm still just I don't necessarily feel like I have the time to play those type of games, so I don't really get into them. But when these guys are sitting there just trash talking Game Pass, and they don't know a thing. They do not know anything. I don't have the numbers for what Microsoft is doing. They don't have the numbers for what Microsoft is doing. They don't even understand. I don't think they understand. Not only Microsoft as a platform is giving you more options than you've ever had before. You can get Game Pass. You can buy a console, you can get Game Pass. You will be so busy with all the games that you play on that buying new games really might not be that big of a deal for you. But that money is still going into a place that is going to continue to bring to develop content, to purchase content, to bring more content to Game Pass, for Microsoft to acquire more studios, for them to pay third-party developers to bring those games to Game Pass. The bigger it gets, the more options you're going to have in the future to try and play new games. Do you need to run out? But that's just one option. You can still buy these games on Game Pass. If you decide you like the game and you want to just own it, you can buy that. Nobody's stopping you from buying that. I just got done listening to a few minutes of somebody talking about how Microsoft wants this to be a complete lockdown subscription model. No, that's not the case. That is not the case. And that Sony wants to just continue to sell these games. Most of Sony's newest games that have come out on PlayStation 5 have sold less copies in this year than a lot of the stuff that Microsoft is going to put out. I guarantee Forza Horizon 5 is going to outsell probably everything that Sony's put out on the PlayStation 5 combined. I'm pretty sure Halo is going to do the same thing. I don't know many people that play Xbox that aren't going to buy Halo. These are two of the top games that, they always complain about. Halo 4, Forza, Gears, and Halo. Dude, if they still sell and people still like them, I like the Forza games. I think they're great. In some ways, I think they're a lot better than Gran Turismo. There's so much more that people just don't really even understand or care to understand when they're stuck in this little fanboy mindset. I get that they want PlayStation to do good. I want PlayStation to do good. I love PlayStation. Do I think that PlayStation should jump on and start a Game Pass type deal? I do. I do, but at the same time, I kind of feel like that might be a double-edged sword for Sony, because their games really are made to be played like one time. Like, you play through them and like you're normally, like, I'm normally good. I can play through them and I'm usually good. I don't waste my time running around trying to get every trophy or any of that stuff. I usually play through those games. I was just looking up, okay, so get this. I was looking up Spider-Man Miles Morales. To get the gold, the platinum trophy on that, you have to beat that game 2 times. You have to go through it and beat it twice. So you have to beat it again on New Game Plus. So I mean, they literally force you, if you want to platinum that, to play the game twice. Wow, wow! I did not even realize that was even a thing, because the only game that I've ever freaking went out of my way to platinum is Life is Strange: True Colors, the new one that just came out. It was such low hung fruit that it was so easy to get that I was like, all right, let's do this. So I mean, yeah, I feel like Sony should compete at a certain point. I feel like we're getting to a point now where it doesn't really matter what these fanboys say, because the more they say, the more it just advertises Game Pass. They try to make having access to hundreds of games for a low price sound bad. And it's like they're like, no guys, don't get Game Pass because that's going to hurt Microsoft. Microsoft is a few $1 trillion company. Like, who cares? Why would anybody care? It's like these fanboys are more worried about Microsoft's pockets than people actually being able to have fun, because what they don't realize is a lot of people aren't like us, man. We're the kind of gamers that love that's what we do. We buy these games, we play them, we obsess about video games and graphics and consoles and stuff that the average consumer that plays video games doesn't even care about. The average consumer that plays video games is perfectly good on their cell phone, flicking their finger across the screen, man. That's the average console. That's the average gamer, man. They just don't care. The simple things amuse them. They find something and they just want to play it. Microsoft is trying to tap into that bigger sphere of gamers out there that are content just playing a game on their phone. You know, you get them into Game Pass and they start playing these games and they start, whoa, man, these are way better than these phone games. I don't have to spend, $20 every freaking time. I mean, some games are starting to get like that. But you see what I mean? These fanboys do not understand what they're talking about. They talk about this stuff in such a negative way that really all it does is make people more curious about it. They want to find out more. The more they talk about it, I swear, every time they say Game Pass is bad, I'm pretty sure another person subscribes. Or every time they make a video out of it, somebody's like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's go see how bad this is. I want to see for myself. That's how people are. We want to see for ourselves. So what do? They jump on there and they're like, oh wow, I can get Game Pass for 3 months for $1. Okay, I'll try it. Whoa, dude, I'm never leaving Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like, it's that easy. The more they talk about it, the more people listen to it and think about it, the more they're willing to go out there and like see it for themselves. So nobody can resist a freaking dollar. $1 for 3 months to try it. Okay, that's not that bad. $1. I mean, okay. And I mean, if you've got 3 years of Xbox Live Gold already on your thing, 36 months, and you pay that $1, it converts all 3 years to it. Wow, dude, like, how could you really say no to that? I mean, and then once they get in there and they start playing all these games and realize, hey man, this is pretty cool, man. I paid $1 for 3 months and I get to play more games than I can actually play. Like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, man. Like, this is not a bad deal. That's the thing, man. They keep pushing these people towards Game Pass that they hate it so much they would just stop talking about it, because they're the ones that are just putting the idea in people's heads over and over and over again to go look at Game Pass. And it works. Trust me, it works. Think to yourself about a time when somebody was talking about something in a negative way and you're like, I want to try that. And don't say it's never happened to you, because every single thing your parents told you not to do, you went and did. Like, everything. So, like, you know that you're that kind of person that would eventually look at it. I mean, yeah, you might be like, if you're a Sony person, it might be a little harder for them to get you to go look at that, because if you're one of those closed-minded Sony people, like, yeah, but if you're just the average consumer and you're like seeing this stuff, you're like, oh, cool, I want to go check it out. I mean, yeah, these people, I mean, their emotions get so strong and they get so so butthurt about it that it's like, wow, dude. I mean, like, PlayStation's gonna be fine. I don't understand what the problem is. And like, worst case scenario, this isn't gonna. It's not like it's gonna topple PlayStation if Xbox fails miserably. But we're going on 4 years, a little over 4 years of Game Pass being on the market, and it started off a little rough. I admit, but it's gotten better every single year. It has gotten better. It has delivered far more value than what you've paid for it. Just this year alone has been really, really good for Game Pass. You're getting a lot of value for a very little bit of money, and there's a lot of third party games on there that are coming out and that have come out to this service that have been pretty good. And most of the time when these games come out, like Back 4 Blood, it didn't even hit the freaking. I mean, it went through a beta, and dude, these guys were trashing that hardcore. And Back 4 Blood's not a bad game. It's actually really fun to play with a group of friends. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's like the best game ever, but it's definitely polished enough. I mean, I feel pretty good when I'm playing that game. Like the movement feels good, the shooting feels great, just being there interacting with friends feels amazing. I mean, it's these experiences that draw people together and keep people entertained and keep people wanting to continue to play these games. Like, I don't know, man. If you're a smart person, definitely check out Game Pass. It's not going to hurt you. If anything, it might better your life. It might make your life worse. I mean, you might, not have. Yeah, it might make your life worse because you got plenty of games to play, but I'm pretty sure you're a responsible person and you can figure out how to manage your time like I do. I work a full-time job. I run this channel, and I try to play video games and spend time with my family. Like, you can do it. You can figure it out, and you can make the best of it, and you can save yourself a ton of money. Trust me. Game Pass, wives love Game Pass. You know why they love Game Pass? Because you're not out there spending $60, $70. You're not out there spending $75 every time a new game comes out. You're playing all kinds of games, and you're happy, and she's happy. So, yeah. And for kids, if you're a parent and you buy your kids an Xbox Series S or whatever Xbox they have, Game Pass is perfect for them. Like, seriously, I mean, if they don't got jobs, like, yeah, do $15 a month, you can afford that to keep them busy, to be able to get them the games they want. I mean, my kids, when they turn 16, I make them get jobs and buy their own stupid stuff. If they want stupid stuff, they can go buy it themselves, man. I got to work for my money. Yeah, they need to be able to purchase that stuff on their own. So it's definitely good for budget gamers. It's good for casual gamers. It's even good for hardcore gamers. And gamers like myself that usually buy everything they want to buy, but then all the stuff that's like, oh man, you know what, I want to check that out. I definitely do play those on Game Pass. I check them out. If I do like the game, sometimes I buy it. If I beat it really quick, then normally I don't buy it. I just chalk it up to, hey man, cool, it was great value, definitely a good bonus. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.